Welcome to the chat on Newsday Amarillo and News Channel 10-2. I'm David Lovejoy.
Hello, everybody. I'm Rhonda Lawnert.
And I'm the designer, Chuckalicious Chuck Williams.
And we've got our man, Commander McBroom with the Panhandle Auto Burglary and Theft Unit join us this morning. A dedicated part of law enforcement. They tackle the issues of car thefts. Recent FBI statistics came out, said murders were down in the United States, 6% in 2022, but U.S. car thefts rose up 10% in that same year. There was also a noticeable increase in carjackings. Commander, where do we sit on that scale? What are the numbers like here in Amarillo, Texas? Are we high for the average? Are we about normal?
We are actually a little bit below the national average. We're sitting at about 6.5% on auto thefts. Carjackings are up a lot. We had, I think, close to 20 last year, and the year before we only had like 2. So they are up a lot on the carjacking side. So
would you say, is it because maybe our numbers are a little lower, is because we have a dedicated unit for this? I know there's some law enforcement agencies that don't have, they just put it under larceny or other crimes, burglary. But we have a dedicated force to this.
I hope that's the case. Yeah.
Job security. Yeah.
Yeah, and we've always been a little under the national average and even a little under the state average. State average last year was 8% increase, and we've always been a little bit under the national and the state average every year as far as auto theft.
What would you say? Why the increase? Why are we seeing numbers nationally go higher?
I know that the economy has a lot to do with that. When the economy gets a little tough, the price of a new car is $80,000. Who can afford an $80,000 car? So, yeah, not to say that you should go steal one to replace your vehicle, but I think the economy is a huge driving factor in auto theft.
Yeah,
but that is what they're doing, because we were talking during the break about a new, I guess you would call it a social media craze.
Yes.
You are taught how to steal a Kia.
Yes. So social media over the last year, especially on TikTok, there's been a video going around on how to steal a Kia and Hyundai cars. It only takes a few minutes to do it. It's a big craze with the juveniles. I know that here in Amarillo, we had that early last spring. We were able to put some people in jail and got that squashed before it really got started here, thank God. I know that San Antonio loses about 600 Kias a month due to this craze. So it's pushing the national average really high just because of that one social media post.
That is 600 in a month.
That's a lot, yes.
This is again where I want to say, people, just use your powers for good. You don't have to be doing
absolutely.
Well, it seems to me, we were talking about like the murder numbers, are up?
Or down? Murder numbers.
Well, it would seem to me that, and we've talked about this before, a lot of cars have guns hidden inside of them. Do you think that would attribute? You think that would attribute to that issue with the less guns are stolen too?
I believe so. Yes, absolutely. And I actually went to a conference a couple of weeks ago, and we talked to the Houston Task Force guys, and they actually put on events where they hand out safes that you could put in your car.
Wow. Really?
You can go to Academy and buy a $30 safe that fits into your car. You can bolt it to the floor or bolt it in somewhere, and it's just made to put your handgun in. That simple, a $30 little safe to put under the seat of your car and bolt it to the car could solve that issue.
Whoa.
It's a scary world that we realize so many cars are stolen and so many of them have firearms in it. If you saw the staggering number, you'd be dumbstruck by it. One of the things that we have to look at and we want to address is prevention, what we can do to keep ourselves safe. And I think, Commander, you might agree with me on this. One of the biggest and the first deterrent is your community. We've got to be a little bit more vigilant and communicate with each other. If something seems off, you guys aren't going to get disturbed if somebody gives you a call. It's better to get out than let it slide, right?
Absolutely. Give us a call anytime you think there's something amiss in the neighborhood. You know your neighborhood better than we do. So I know when there's a strange car parked in my neighborhood, and you do too. So absolutely call the police, call us. If there's a car that's been parked in a parking lot for several days, give us a call. Let us go check it out. Because a lot of time they'll dump those stolen vehicles in parking lot and just leave them there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
Well, I mean, there was we had that neighborhood, meet
night
the,
out.
yeah, and I think that is so helpful. And you're right. We know what's going on in our neighborhood. We just need to pay attention and say something and
Absolutely.
hopefully, avoid some, activity.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
A couple of weeks ago at Bonham, what is it, middle school, whatever, there was a car that was parked there, and it was just there for like several weeks at a time. And I know the police went by there 2 or 3 times, but wasn't it incumbent on the school to report this evidently missing vehicle or whatever it's termed? Wasn't it on them to report that, hey, this is in our parking lot, this needs to be out here?
I would think it'd be in their best interest to, especially if you have something suspicious like that parked in your parking lot. You would think that they would want to call the police to have that checked out.
Yeah, because it wouldn't surprise me if a child was in there, and you know how kids are. Hey, they'll try anything once, and
Absolutely, yeah.
It's public safety, I would think.
Yeah, and we recover lots of stolen vehicles just because somebody calls and says, hey, there's a car parked in the alley that's not supposed to be there. We get those all the time, and those are usually stolen vehicles.
Oh, okay.
Look, prevention is a big key to this, and simple things as we get ready to turn toward the holiday shopping season. This is something I see constantly and all the time. Please, if you're shopping, you're doing more than one store. You're going to take 2 or 3 trips.
Yes.
Cover the items in the back of your car.
Absolutely.
I've seen. I saw the other day. I'm walking in the store and I look over, and it's a hatchback car, and there's their iPad sitting right there.
Right.
And and then I looked over and their windows half cracked.
Okay.
And so you're just inviting that trouble. Don't
Absolutely.
invite it to your yard. Yeah.
Invitation.
We talk about this a lot, Commander, about the leaving of keys in cars, not
Yes.
vehicles. Those are the main issues, aren't they?
Absolutely. Yeah. That's still 60% of the vehicles stolen here is because the keys were left in the car. 60% of our crime rate could be reduced by taking your keys out of your vehicle. That's that simple.
I just don't get it. Why would you leave your keys in your car? I don't understand. I mean, I do some stuff that's not quite right sometimes, but that one, I just don't understand.
I don't know if it's convenient.
I don't know.
I don't know. On a daily basis, I do that because I'm only going into the store for a minute. I know what I want. I get it, come back out. I leave the keys in it like a fool. But then again, who wants a Mini Cooper, so.
Anybody, that's a high seller.
I tell you what, they'll steal anything. If it's there, they're going to steal it.
Yeah.
So.
Like I said, it's about the thrill of it, and a lot of times it's not about a profit thing. It's there. It's especially with kids.
Yeah.
It's like, let's just joyride. I always heard if you got a car back from being stolen, like, you probably your best to get rid of it because you never know what come down the pipe there.
Yeah. Drive it like you stole it, right? So.
Yeah,
that's it. That's it. Well, Commander McBroom and the Panhandle Auto Burglary and Theft Unit take care of this issue and this business. They work hard each and every day. They tie in with different law enforcement organizations across the Texas Panhandle. But the first step is you. You've got to secure your vehicle, and you have got to watch out for your neighbor. Commander, be safe out there. Thank you for all the hard work what you guys
Thank
do.
Thank you. Anytime.
Anytime, sir. Be careful. You can go to the Panhandle Auto Burglary and Theft Unit's Facebook page. They have a listing of all the vehicles and trailers and ATVs that are missing.